In the midst of that war, Palmerston will detonate a rebellion in Poland against Russian rule, not for the sake of Poland, but for the sake of starting a general European war against Russia. But when the Russian fleets sail into New York and San Francisco, when Lee's wave breaks at Gettysburg, and when the stars and bars are lowered over Vicksburg, the British Empire will be stopped just short of its goal. Just short. And yet, British hegemony will still be great enough to launch the two world wars of the 20th century and the third conflagration that will begin in 1991. And as we look forward, for a century and a half from 1850, British geopolitics, despite the challenges, despite the defeats, despite the putrefaction of Britain itself, will remain the dominant factor in world affairs. How do they do it? How do the British do it? How can a clique of depraved aristocrats on this tight little island bid to rule the entire world? Don't believe the stories about the workshop of the world. There are some factories here, but Britain lives by looting the colonies. The fleet is formidable, but overrated and very vulnerable to serious challenges. The army, third rate. But the British have learned from the Venetians that the greatest force in history is the force of ideas, and that if you can control culture, you can control the way people think, then statesmen and fleets and armies will bend to your will. Take our friend Lord Palmerston. Lord Palmerston has the Foreign Office, the Home Office, Whitehall. But when he needed to start the 1848 revolutions, or when the time will come to start the American Civil War, he turns to a troika of agents. These are Lord Palmerston's Three Stooges. But instead of Moe, Larry, and Curly, these Three Stooges are named Giuseppe Mazzini, Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, and David Urquhart.